Kay and I am back with another day of 31 days of cut file fun, and this week we are starting on pear tree cut files. I will have the links down below for all of the cut files for this week if you guys are interested in picking up one or two or all of them. Anyways, today I am going to be using the Explore More, and I have the inner bits as well as the outer bits of this cut file. I also have some brown dahlia in paper glaze, as well as this cool little wood grain stencil, and then some sprays. I've got Vibes in Hot Fudge and Colorings in Don't Be Swayed. They're two different shades of beautiful browns. And then I have this gorgeous reddish brown from Dilutions called Melted Chocolate. Then I have from 49 and Market a few rub-ons left over from their Essentials rub-on set. So I thought I was going to use a bunch of these words, and then I don't end up using any of them. From Simple Stories Vintage Great Escape, I have just a few little stickers left over on this sticker sheet. I have some little pieces left over from a Stampin' Up! Kit, and then a little border strip left over from Creative Memories a long time ago, you guys. These are just scraps that I have pulled out. Some more Simple Stories and 49 and Market little, I don't know, die cut pieces and whatnot. I mean, they're all mixed up together because I only have one or two or three little pieces left. They're all from the same collections, the Great Escape and the Essentials collections. I don't know where this frame came from, but I don't think I use it. And then I've got this last little chipboard frame from Simple Stories as well. And then some papers that I pulled out of the Wolf Pack kit from Heidi Swap, and then this one that I just realized has a map print on every single little polka dot. I never even thought of it, but that is from the Carefree collection from Heidi Swap. I have a ton of photos. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to be using, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be using all of them. So I will run through them really quick and see. I'll probably end up using these ones here where we go through almost a tunnel of trees. But first I'm going to work on the cut file, and I don't remember which spray is which. I haven't had a chance to swatch these particular sprays yet. My browns are a little new to me. And I've been playing with them more than I have been storing them. So I haven't swatched them quite yet, but I sprayed my outer bits of the cut file in that melted chocolate. And now I am taking the brown dahlia and giving my inner bits a wood grain effect to them. So I am so looking forward to seeing how this is actually going to turn out, because I have never done this before, you guys. I am excited. I love this stencil. This stencil came in my Creative Cuts Club kit. I do know that this club is a little extensive because she only likes to have so many people, because cutting that many cut files every month is a lot of work. And so when it's open, you know, it's open, I believe, in April and December. I'm not really sure, maybe just April. Anyways, but yes, that is when the cut file is open to new members, because they come and go. So anyways, I'm going to take my Hot Fudge. Now I sprayed my wood grain with the Don't Be Swayed, and then I'm going to take my Hot Fudge and I'm going to add it to the word more, as well as splatter a few little textured bits and pieces onto my wood grain, just to give it a little bit of highs and lows, or different, what's it called? I'm not sure. I don't want to say texture, because the wood grain gave it texture, but I just wanted to make sure that it got some different browns on there. Help me out, shading? I'm not sure what's the word I'm looking for. So, and then I took one of my rub-ons and put it on the back of my gray cardstock, or my gray pattern print that I picked out. It's white on the background, and I just wanted my compass to have a background, and I thought that that rub-on was the absolute perfect. Plus, it happened to be the perfect size too, so it must have meant to be. Then I took my gray pattern paper to use as my photo mats, and I'm going to use my polka dot with the map inside the polka dot, which I think is just fantabulous. I think that I would have never used this piece of paper if I would not have looked a little closer at the polka dot. Anyways, off camera, I went ahead and I distressed all of my trees. I fussy cut my tree line out. And then what I did was I took the first section of trees, the first full row, and then the very bottom row where the trees were kind of cut off. I cut those out, fussy cut them around, and then I distressed them just to kind of hide my my messy cutting, to be honest. That's what I did. And then I'm just going to try and make it look like my trees are a little bit filled in and overlapped. So that's all I'm working on right now. I just envisioned the border of this page being full of trees. And then what I wanted to do, since my other trees look more like shadows, I wanted to put them in the background so that way they looked, like they were farther in the distance and just a shadow of a tree. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to get them. I thought that the one that still has the mountain attached to it was on the same color as the ones from Stampin' Up, which are what I'm poking out now, but they end up being a little bit different. So I'm probably going to just mix and intermingle them. The mountains aren't going to make it because by the time I add everything else to the layout, it ends up just getting covered up. So I go ahead and cut it off anyways and just use the trees. So trying to decide where everything's going to go really quickly because this is a rather large cut file. Some cut files need to be cut the page width that your cutting machine can cut, which is 11. It used to be 11 and a half, but I've been finding out that I needed to take off 0.01 on that. So 11.49. I know this is technical garbage that nobody wants to hear, but I've been noticing that I have not been able to cut out 11 and a half inch files anymore unless I have that vinyl that is never ending. I know it's weird. But it's crazy that it won't let me do that, in all honesty. But anyways, so I had to cut this. I believe this one is only cut at a 10 because of the thin lines. Now, because of the thin lines, you do need to end up being a little bit more careful. I do use a setting that goes a little slower and doesn't cut all the way through the paper the first time, so it does have to make 2 passes. That helps with the ripping of the paper. It also helps save your, I understand that this doesn't make any sense, but it does help save your blade as well because you're not trying to go really super deep all the way through your cardstock on the very first cut. I have noticed that some people have tearing issues because they're trying to cut through the cut file all in one slice. And for me, I found that it is a lot cleaner, smoother cut, and I don't have any stress or any ruined paper because I am doing that extra cut. It takes a few extra minutes to cut it twice, but I'm very happy with all of the results every single time. So whether it needs it or not, but on thin files like this, and what I mean by thin is the outline of the letter of the word explore, of the letters, of the word explore, that is a pretty thin cut. I mean, I would say that it's not even 1/8 of an inch. And so when I ask my machine to not only cut those inner pieces, but also the outer piece, it's a very thin cut. And so just be careful when you are running your machine, and slow is always better, you guys. It really is, especially with a knife and whatnot. And that's what your machine is a big knife that you don't have to manually cut. So anyways, I have decided that I'm going to pop up all of my letters because of the chipboard piece that I am putting through. I don't want it to say meet me in the woods. So I'm going to try to cover that up with my embellishments that I have picked out. But right now I'm just going to put in all of my wood grain little words for this set. I love keeping letters that I can reuse. So either I have 2 cut files, the word explore that just needs an O added to it, or I can put them back in the cut file and I don't have to back my cut file and recut it with my scissors. It's just something that I have always enjoyed doing. I see it as either, like I said, 2 cut files, or, I don't have to fussy cut the backing of a cut file. And so it also gives me that option to pop up my letters. So I really like that. So I always try to keep my letters when they are reusable like this. And you can tell when you get a cut file whether or not the letters are reusable, or the inner bits, any kind of inner bit is reusable. So for sure, you could definitely tell that. So anyways, just trying to figure out how I'm going to cover up that meet me in the woods, but I also want that tree ring effect. So I'm going to have it poking above and below my little tabs or my little labels that I have picked out. I've got this large, almost like a newsprint of some flower seeds. I'm going to try to cover up the flower seeds and whatnot and just try to keep the writing, and the effect rather than what it really is. So I just want to make sure that, I have, I don't know, maybe like I don't know, you guys, I'm babbling. I've had this tag. It's also a Heidi swap, that green one, forever. Tried to put it on several layouts. Finally going to make it on a layout. My problem with all of these embellishments is they all have words on them. And I don't want to take away from the title. So when I've got adventure something and I think nature lover is on that one with the compass up there. I've got another word that I just added there. That ticket has another word on it. I mean, it becomes really, really wordy. And I'm not really sure if I just want the effect, or is it seriously something that I want my viewer to read. So I'm not really sure. But my title ends up saying Explore More into the Woods. And so I really like that because we are getting ready to go through this tunnel of trees, just because we took a back road home one day. We were on our way home and we still had a few days or a couple hours before we needed to actually be home before we went to work. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. Be sure to check out the 31 Days of Cut File Fun Facebook group. That is where all of the content for this month is being stored and organized and available for easy location, I should say. There is also people playing along on YouTube and Instagram. So there's a playlist here on YouTube that is down in the description box below. So if you're interested in seeing anyone else's videos, check out that playlist and go watch what they are doing for the month. And on Instagram, there is a hashtag. Well, and which is cool because the hashtag actually works on Facebook as well. But I've noticed that now there are 2 hashtags, which is just fine. It's all going to the same spot, and the Facebook group recognizes both hashtags, which is super cool. But if you type in both hashtags or one of the hashtags, one of them just ends in cut file. The other one, someone added the word fun, but it is okay. It is all still in the same spot. I just wanted to be aware because my videos are only showing the one hashtag. If you check out the Facebook group, you'll see both hashtags. And if you plug in both hashtags on either Instagram or Facebook, you will be able to see all of the content from other people playing along with this month, which I think is amazing. I love all of the creations that I have been seeing so far, and it's only been a week. That is awesome, you guys. Anyways, thank you so much again, and I will check y'all later. Bye.